Welcome back to the channel. Today, we tackling one of the biggest debates for anyone chasing sunshine and city life. Los Angeles versus Miami. Two iconic cities, both famous for their beautiful beaches, vibrant cultures, and glamorous lifestyles. But when it comes to your wallet, which one will leave you with more cash at the end of the month? Is the West Coast really the best coast for your budget? Or does the East Coast hold a surprising advantage? We're about to break it all down, from housing and food to getting around town. So, grab your sunglasses as we dive into the ultimate cost of living showdown. LA versus Miami. Let's get started. First up, the biggest expense for most people. Housing. This is where you'll really feel the difference between these two sunny hotspots. Let's start with Los Angeles. If you're looking to rent a one-bedroom apartment, you'll need to be prepared. The median rent in LA is currently hovering around $2,700 a month. And that's just the median. Popular neighborhoods like Santa Monica or Beverly Hills will cost you significantly more. Now, if you're thinking about buying, the LA dream comes with a hefty price tag. The median home price in Los Angeles County is a staggering $900,000. It's a market that has been notoriously competitive for years. Now, let's fly across the country to Miami. How does it stack up? Well, Miami has seen its own price surge recently, but it's still generally more affordable than LA in the housing department. The median rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Miami is about $2,400. That's a $300 difference per month, which adds up to $3,600 over a year. That's a pretty significant saving. When it comes to buying a home, the difference is even more dramatic. The median home price in Miami-Dade County is around $600,000. That's a full $300,000 less than in Los Angeles. So, for round one, based purely on the numbers for renting and buying, Miami takes a clear win. It's the more budget-friendly option for putting a roof over your head. All right, moving on to round two. Food. You've got your housing sorted, but you've got to eat. Right? This category covers everything from your weekly grocery runs to a nice dinner out. Let's see how LA and Miami compare at the checkout counter and the restaurant table. In Los Angeles, the city of kale smoothies and avocado toast, your grocery bill can be quite high. The average monthly grocery bill for a single person in LA is roughly $450. Tiscambari, of course, depending on whether you're shopping at high-end organic stores or more budget-friendly supermarkets. When it's time to dine out, a meal for two at a mid-range restaurant in LA will typically set you back about $80 to $100. Before drinks and tip, the city has an incredible food scene, but it definitely comes at a price. Now, let's check out the culinary costs in Miami. With its strong Latin American and Caribbean influences, Miami's food scene is just as exciting. When it comes to groceries, you'll find a slight advantage here. The average monthly grocery bill for one person in Miami is closer to $400. That $50 monthly saving might not seem like a lot, but it's another $600 a year back in your pocket. How about dining out? A meal for two people at a similar mid-range restaurant in Miami will cost you around $80 to $95. It's very close to LA. Almost a tie in this regard. So while the cost of a restaurant meal is nearly identical, Miami's lower grocery costs give it a slight edge. So, for round two, Miami scrapes by with another narrow victory. The savings on daily essentials can make a real difference in your monthly budget. Now for our final round before the verdict. Transportation. Getting around in these sprawling cities is a daily necessity, and the costs can add up quickly, whether you're using public transit or driving your own car. Let's start with Los Angeles, a city infamous for its traffic and car-centric culture. While LA does have a public transit system, including buses and a metro rail, it's not as comprehensive as in some other major cities. A monthly metro pass will cost you about $50, which is actually quite reasonable. However, most Angelenos rely on a car to get around, and that's where the costs skyrocket. Gas prices in California are consistently among the highest in the nation. On top of that, you have to factor in car insurance, which is also expensive in LA, and the constant headache of parking, which can be both costly and hard to find. Car ownership in LA is a major financial commitment, So, how does Miami compare when it comes to getting from point A to point B? Miami's public transit system includes the Metrorail, Metromover, and Metrobus. A monthly pass is more expensive than LAS, coming in at around $112. So if you're relying solely on public transport, LA is the cheaper option. But, just like in LA, many residents in Miami find that a car is essential, especially if you live or work outside the main urban core. The good news: the costs associated with driving are generally lower. Gas prices in Florida are significantly cheaper than in California, often by more than $1 per gallon. Car insurance rates are also typically a bit more favorable in Miami compared to Los Angeles. So this round is a bit of a mixed bag. If you can get by with public transit alone, LA wins. But for the majority of people who will need a car, the lower gas and insurance costs make Miami the more affordable city for drivers. Given how car-dependent both cities are, we're going to give this round to Miami due to the substantial savings for drivers. So, after 3 rounds of intense competition, what's the final verdict? We've looked at housing, food, and transportation, and a clear pattern has emerged. In round uno, Miami won decisively, with significantly lower costs for both renting and buying a home. This is the biggest factor for most people's budgets. In round dos, Miami edged out LA again with more affordable grocery bills, even though restaurant prices were very similar. And in round 3, while LA's public transit pass is cheaper, Miami's lower gas prices and car ownership costs give it the advantage for the majority of residents who need to drive. So, the winner of our cost of living showdown is Miami. While neither city is what you would call cheap, your money will stretch further in the Magic City than it will in the City of Angels, primarily due to the major difference in housing costs. Of course, the best city for you depends on more than just money. It's about career opportunities, lifestyle, and where you feel most at home. But if your decision is coming down to dollars and cents, Miami is the more budget-friendly choice for that sun-soaked urban lifestyle. What do you think? Do these numbers match your experience? Let me know in the comments below which city you would choose. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.